Alright. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Cypher, if y'all ain't know. And this my new channel. I'ma start reacting to videos and whatnot, you feel me? Just really everything from rap music, NBA, whatever y'all throw at me. Once y'all start throwing videos and ideas to me, I got y'all. But we finna react to what went wrong with that NBA All-Star game by MJ2K all day. Let's get it.
If you watch YouTube videos for at least 1 hour a week, you could be owed up to $1,000.
Tatum set a new. Last year was called the worst All-Star game of all time. The score was 184 to 175. Tatum set a new record for most points in an All-Star game, and everyone hated it because there was no defense, no competition, not even in the fourth quarter. Oh, it's East versus West now. There's no way it happens again. It happened again. The East broke a record for the most points in an All-Star game. Moments after Larry Bird said all he wanted was for the game to be competitive. It doesn't have to be like this. I remember a recent All-Star game that was so competitive, players were taking charges. When Kobe passed away, the NBA decided to completely rehaul the All-Star game, making each quarter mean something for each team's charity. And then the last quarter being a score target of 24 points more than the leading team's score. It brought a playoff atmosphere to the All-Star game. We're going to hear that a lot when describing extremely competitive basketball. At the end of each quarter, if the score was close, players were fighting for the last 2 minutes, trying to win each quarter. And in the fourth quarter, players were going all out. We saw players icing pick and rolls, taking charges,
boy, ain't no way,
having to run pick and rolls just to get a mismatch. It was physical. Which seems like problem solved, right? Until you realize that the worst All-Star game before 2023 was 2017, when AD set a new scoring record and then the NBA changed rules, having captains pick their own teams. So those supposed rules were meant to solve the problem, but didn't even last 3 years? This has been a cycle that keeps repeating and keeps getting worse. And I'm tired of it. We already lost the dunk contest and now we're losing this? So
now, why the hell did Jaylen Brown think he was gonna eat with that shit though? Like, Kai's not short as hell. He's shorter than me. I'm like 5'9", 5'10". And he said dunking over him was gonna get him a tough score in the dunk contest. Like, what the fuck was he thinking? What the fuck was he thinking? Anyway.
I'm going to go through why this is happening, why certain All-Star games worked, and how to fix it. Something that even LeBron doesn't know how to. Starting with when the All-Star game was truly the best players going at. No gimmicks, just hoops and a desire to win. What is up, dudes? That's Ballers Players. It's your boy MJ. When they asked Anthony Davis about the highest scoring in this year's All-Star game, he just replied, "It's the All-Star game." Nah, bro, y'all just had 397 points in the game? That ain't basketball, bro. And more importantly, that's never what the All-Star game was only about. It was about the best players going at it, to see what they were capable of for at least just one quarter. What we all want is this. That is the 2013 All-Star game when Kobe took it upon himself to guard LeBron. Not half-ass effort, no full court. Or in 2012 when Wade broke Kobe's nose and he had to wear a mask. But okay, what about some non-related Kobe things? Let's look at 2001, or in pretty much every All-Star game till 2016. The fourth quarter was always when players took it seriously until the West started winning everything and they said, let's make Cavs captain's pick teams. The All-Star Game ratings had dropped for 3 years straight, capped off by 2017 when Anthony Davis broke the single All-Star Game scoring record, getting open lobs like this in the fourth quarter. So 2020 was a new reset. It's competitive. We finally will get at least one quarter of the best players competing hard for a couple of years. Oh, the ratings for the 2023 All-Star Game had a record low viewership, 27% lower than 2022. This year, now we got East versus West back. The All-Star Game has changed more in the past 10 years than it did in the past 30. And while change can be great, now it has almost become a necessity every few years to reset the game to a level of competitiveness that is acceptable. Kind of like attention spans have went down and people constantly need new stimulus, except this time, it's not the audience that is getting bored without changes. No, they are bored because of the lack of competition. And this stems from players walking all over Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner. He stressed that this year's All-Star Game had to be better than the last, but no one listened. Now, I know Anthony Edwards and other players are saying they might want to get paid more than what they are now. Apparently, the players on the winning team earn $100,000 and the losing team win $25,000. But that's not enough anymore, I guess. The rumor is they want what the in-season tournament was paying out. $500,000 to the winners. For one game?
Wait, hold on.
But that's not enough anymore, I guess. The rumor is they want what the in-season tournament was.
So $500K per player if you won the championship. If you reach the championship game, you get $200. But they all should have been going off then. It shouldn't have been no damn bullshit behind it. I mean, these players just be ungrateful these days. I get you, I gotta feed y'all families and shit, but damn, nigga.
Paying out $500,000 to the winners for one game, so nothing is enough in this pay-to-play era. They already have incentives tied into making the All-Star Game, but that's not enough. And why should $500,000 matter, especially for the All-Stars, if it's less than 3% of their salaries versus role players who that would be more like 10 to 20% of their salary. Competition doesn't drive the league anymore. Money does more than ever. The All-Star Weekend is kind of...
If you have bad credit or little money, what if I told you you can get a camera and computer today? That's right.
Like spring break for the NBA. It's supposed to be time off for the league, except for the 10% of players who are involved in All-Star festivities. Now they are doing media press, having to perform in front of thousands of fans, and most importantly, they aren't at home with their families. It used to only be a 3-day break, but players who were participating in the weekend wanted to also have a break, so they extended it to 8 days in 2015. That should solve the rest problems, right? We'll get into why it eventually didn't, but right before the 2024 All-Star Game, this is what Adam Silver said. We need players to play defense. We need them to care about this game, and the feeling was that maybe, and I'll take responsibility for it, as you know, I used to run something called NBA Entertainment, that we'd gotten carried away a little bit with the entertainment aspect. Oh, so now you're taking accountability? Too little, too late, man.
I'm disgusted with him right now.
Adam Silver has always emphasized ratings, trying to make the game more entertaining by increasing the offense, when in reality, that is what has messed up the league even more. He believed that players would play defense in this year's All-Star Game, but no, they did not.
Oh, come on, man.
And it's that failure in leadership over and over again that's led us to this. LeBron even said,
I don't know. I think it's something we need to figure out. I don't know where's the median, because this is what a lot of the games are starting to look like now too.
It's the same problem we've been seeing in the regular season, to the point that the NBA had to enforce rules forcing players to actually play games. Yeah, I'm talking.
Shit, you see more competitiveness in like 24-hour fitness gyms and shit. And we don't be get paid. Motherfuckers be ready to die for this shit, bro. But you got motherfuckers being babies and bitches, and they get paid millions to play the damn sport. Shit.
about the 65 game minimum to be considered for awards that Draymond has called stupid and other players have complained about. And I get it. If you have legitimate injuries like Tyrese Halliburton that keep you out, but you're also playing at the best point guard in the NBA level, it sucks.
That's tough.
But we didn't get here off the pretenses of real injuries. No, we got here because players were sitting out. Repeatedly, players have increasingly chose the path of least resistance, choosing to conserve their energy for games of meaning, aka the playoffs. And as that culture started to prevail around 2018 is when the All-Star game really went downhill. Players started to give even less effort, choosing to relax and rest under the guise of running away from injury. The same way it used to be a duty of players to try and play every game for the fans coming into the arena, eventually becoming an afterthought, is the same way their due to the All-Star game also became an afterthought. And that's just sad. The NBA has to throw in a whole in-season tournament to get players excited, and it worked. For now, the novelty of the tournament that in reality has no purpose excited players into playing all out. We've seen players with a higher intensity in the regular season for the first time in a while. I've talked about how the in-season tournament literally means nothing. No real legacy impact, top players are earning the smallest bonus compared to their actual salaries, but who cares because players bought in. And that's where it all falls to. The All-Star game isn't unfixable, it's the players that need to change. It's possible that one player from the older era was keeping the All-Star game together.
I feel like we all have a sense of responsibility and we're voted in for what we do during the season, which is play hard.
I think that's what the fans really want to see. They want to see us get after it a little bit.
Kobe wouldn't let it become what we're seeing today. We saw in the Olympics when Kobe was doing those early 4-6 a.m. workouts, LeBron, Wade, Melo, and the rest of the team would eventually follow. It's possible that he was the last dominant. And when he retired, there was no one holding the players accountable because obviously Adam Silver hasn't the same way the previous commissioner David Stern did. So how do we fix it? How do we make a meaningless game have meaning? It starts from...
So basically, he called Adam Silver a bitch because he let all these players walk over him. Like, look at Ben Simmons. He really should have been kicked out of the damn league. Shit. Oh, bitch ass nigga.
Top down. You need the top of the top players to buy in. But how do you do that? To understand, I'm gonna go through an example. Melo was from Baltimore and had ties with gangs coming into the NBA. That's who his circle was made up of. He got caught fighting in an NYC club over his girlfriend, then got caught with marijuana and showed up in a Stop Snitching campaign DVDs circulating around. And even a 2006 ESPN article talks about him wanting to keep his street cred. Melo was suspended for 15 games in 2006 when he punched another Knicks player, when everyone else got 6 to 10 games. He later revealed that the NBA commissioner David Stern gave him a call and told him that he was making an example out of him and said, do you want to be in the streets or do you want to be in the NBA? You're effing with a corporation now. Alright, he was 3.5 seasons into the NBA, leading the league in scoring. But more importantly, he cleaned up his act and changed his circle. Carmelo went on to have a successful NBA career where nearly everyone almost forgot about Melo's time. David Stern held the players in check. He retired in 2014, Kobe retired in 2016, and the last leaders who held the NBA accountable disappeared. And so the All-Star game just started falling apart in 2017. Heck, probably All-Star weekend. It's not all of the players. Stephen Curry was literally communicating on defense, asking for box outs, but eventually if he's the only one doing it and nothing is said before the game starts, it's gonna die down. So when LeBron says he doesn't know how to fix it, that's kinda cap, cause
so you've just gone and spent a lot of money on your first camera, you've got a headache trying to read the instruction manual, and now you...
There's one solution. Step up. Because the league still follows LeBron. And if you don't believe me, just listen to the power LeBron had when the league was about to stop.
Bro, when I was in the bubble, we had a meeting, a players only meeting,
to ask whether we wanted to continue playing or not. This is after the Bucks just decided not to show up and not play that one game, and everybody kind of was like, wait, what's going on? And pretty much everyone was like giving their opinions, but nobody was listening. We're all just waiting to see if LeBron was going to play or not. If he wasn't, then people were just going to move on and not want to play. Udonis Haslam literally grabbed the mic and gets up and goes, hey, yo, big bro, what we doing? Because if you ain't playing, he goes, if you ain't playing, the Heat are out. And he drops the mic.
The best and most revered players in the league like LeBron, KD, and Curry need to set the tone. They need to bring that competitive fire and passion to the All-Star game. If those guys are playing, then Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, they ain't just sitting down. If these top players take the game seriously, the rest of the league will follow suit. That, or get rid of the All-Star game. The more gimmicks, the more money you give, the less culture and more temporary it becomes. It can't always be about the money. The sport we love keeps getting ruined by players wanting more for these same things. Higher salaries aren't enough anymore. The spirit of basketball in the NBA is dying right in front of our eyes because it's been left unchecked for so long. A recurring theme in literally everything NBA related. And look, if you want to see the league get better, speak out. That's all I want to see. So subscribe if you're with me. The more eyes we can get on this, the more we can actually positively change the league. The only notification shout goes to Big Wiki, who'll be fighting for the truth with me. Thanks for the all-day support. And if you want to know how...
Well, shit. All I gotta say is, I would pay to see Steph Curry shoot the ball like that. Like he did when he broke the damn record and shit a few years ago. Shit. Other than that, every other damn All-Star game was boring as hell. I ain't even watched this one. I don't even watch sports like that, period. I just be tuning in every once in a while, go in the living room, see what's on. If my dad watching the game, so I look, like, these damn losers. Yeah, go back in my room, chill. Sports is getting pitiful nowadays. I've been quit watching football. That shit ass. It's all scripted too, as we know. But it is what it is. I'll just catch y'all in this one. Peace.